Only one, huh?
Only Pandi Deviation, Pandi Deviation, the projector. Today, what we are going to see?
Turn on AC. Same thing. Prism I will content. Prism we have to discuss, no?
Prism. Yesterday we started, sir.
Yesterday started.
Until after that minimum angle of deviation, I plus I.
Can you give me that pad, sure? And pen tab. That one only.
What are moving saying?
Which one is some is NEET mine? This only. This one. He's having now sir is full surface gone. This one mine only. On offline you only, yeah?
Yes, sir, only me.
Who are two bags? It's yours. Okay.
You should derive the formula for refractor using Snell's law.
Yes. How do you know?
Good.
School.
Nowadays, sir, I wrote my exams. So it's all derivation they ask for 4 marks, 6 marks, sir. It will be very hard to study at first, sir, but
now easy, yeah?
easy, sir. But I don't know why we use derivations. We study derivations in school.
Okay, so today let us see. Hi Pandikavlesh. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. So today let me explain how to find refractive index. How to find refractive index of a prism. So just I will give a small recall about the free ball diagram. Ray diagram. One ray of light will fall like this. What is the angle of incidence? I degree. And right now I am analyzing only minimum angle of deviation. Yesterday I told the conditions also. What is the minimum angle of deviation? Tell me.
I is equal to I.
Compulsory the light ray inside the prism must and should be parallel to the base of the prism.
Yes, sir.
And this is capital A means according to law of symmetricity, this is small r means this is also must and should be smaller, and this also must and should be I. These are the conditions that we know already. And here refractive index is 1. Here refractive index how much? Mu. This is the first interface. So shall I write at first interface? Shall I write at first interface by using Snell's law? By using Snell's law of refraction. Tell me, what is Snell's law of refraction?
Mu1 sin
1
I.
into sin I. 1 into sin I equal to mu into sin R. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
1 into sin I is equal to mu into sin of R. This is only our task, na? So mu is equal to how much? Sin of I by sin of R. I will keep aside equation number 1. And we know some more conditions also. Yesterday I explained what is the minimum angle of deviation formula? 2i minus a only, na? Yesterday I have deduced. Have you remembered this? Compulsory should remember at your fingertips. So I value how much? Angle of incidence a plus minimum angle of deviation divided by 2 here. Put this value here. And also we know angle of prism equal to how much?
A plus A.
R1 plus R2 actually. So R plus R, 2R will come. And R equal to how much? A by 2. Substitute this also. So you will be getting refractive index of the prism. So mu is equal to how much? Sin of I value how much? A plus
del m by 2.
del minimum by 2 and
By A
whole
by
divided by how much? Sin A by 2. This is a very important formula to find what here? Refractive index of the prism in terms of what? Angle of prism and angle of minimum deviation. For if you take any prism, minimum angle of deviation is always constant value. It cannot be changed. Angle of prism also always constant, no?
Yes, sir.
Correct or not? It only depends on these two factors only. If you substitute, you will be getting the answer. But this formula is valid for only thick prism. Thick prism means I don't need to introduce. If angle of prism is more than 10 degree only, it is valid. But for a thin prism, what we are talking, most of the prisms are thin prism. Thin prism means all angles are very little, no? Very little. So with your permission, shall I write sin theta equal to theta? Shall I use small approximation rules? So shall I disappear? Shall I remove this sin and sin? So a plus minimum angle of deviation by 2 whole divided by a by 2. 2 cancels out. So what will happen? Tell me.
Mu is equal to A plus del m.
Mu is equal to how much? A plus del minimum by a. A value bring this side. So what will happen? Mu into a is equal to how much? A plus delta minimum. So what is the minimum angle of deviation here?
Mu A minus A.
Mu into a minus a. Yes or no? Minimum angle of deviation how much? A if you take outside, mu minus 1. Very important equation. Kindly remember at your fingertips. For every thin prism, angle of deviation how much? A into mu minus 1. Okay. Now let me introduce one concept called dispersion of light. What is that light? Dispersion of light. Dispersion of light. I think you might be seen a rainbow, etc. Rainbow means what? White light. From the sun, what light is coming is called white light. White light means mixture of 7 colors. If you mix in proper proportion violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, you will get white color. You understand? White is not a color, but you will get white. Once rain is falling, after stopped, what will happen? In the atmosphere, water moisture present. Water moisture means that water molecules still for some time they're slowly falling down. So every water droplet is acting like a prism, like a transparent substance. When white light enter into that raindrop or water droplet, what will happen? It will divide into 7 colors. Correct or not? Why? Because different colors will travel with different speeds in different media. Correct or not? So that splitting nature of the white light into 7 different colors, when it enters into prism or rain droplet, as a result, you can see the rainbow. Are you understanding now? Okay. So let me give a formal statement on this. Dispersion means what? Splitting of white light, splitting of white light into 7 different colors. 7 different colors is called what here? Tell me. Dispersion of light. Can you ensure all prisms will disperse the light same?
No.
Some prisms will show feeble dispersion. Some prisms will perform more dispersion, effective, efficient dispersion. So that to measure the dispersion phenomena, how qualitatively the prism is performing, there is one parameter is required. So that is called angular dispersion. If you see the dispersion phenomena, see this is any prism. Actually, I am taking thin prism, student. But if I draw the thin prism, you cannot see that prism. I cannot describe the splitting. But wantedly, I have taken magnified thick prism only. But actually, what is the prism is? Thin prism only. See this white light incidenting like this. What the name of the light? White light. Okay, here white available. So I will erase this and show white light. Because if any facility is there, we have to use. So one white light is falling here. Understood. Once it is entered, what will happen? Understood. So some will run fast, some will run slowly, na? So mean the in the race, if you see different lapses are there, different circles are there. Who are running very quickly, they have to run with a circle in very greater radius. Who are running slowly, understood, they will run in a very small radius, small circle. Are you understanding? Understanding?
Why?
Huh?
This
This race, you know, race,
yes, sir.
circular race, like what you say, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, continuously in the circles they will run. Different radius they will run,
Yes, sir.
different circles. Who will run very fast? They need large radius.
Why, sir?
Why? Because you cannot drive your vehicle quickly in the smaller circle, no?
Yes, sir.
Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
It is highly impossible, no? You cannot increase.
Yes, sir.
You cannot maintain high speed. Means different, highway also you take. Highway pedestrian different path, two-wheeler different way, three-wheeler different way, four-wheeler different way. Why?
Because, can't get any traffic.
Not traffic. If they follow, na, so easily traffic will be cleared. Correct or not? Of course, we won't follow. Generally, I am telling. Depends on the speed, different ways will be given. Here also, these 7 different colors. Violet will bend more deviate,
Yes, sir.
but red will deviate very low. In between, 7 different colors are there. Violet has more deviation. This is violet and red. In between, how many colors are there if you keep the screen? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Understood? Meaning violet is deviated more. Which have more deviation? I'll write down that point. If there is no prism, this white light would go like this, no?
Yes, sir.
Which is having more deviation. This is the angle of deviation of violet color. What is this angle of deviation of the red color? Kindly say yes or no. It is very clear that angle of deviation of violet color is greater than angle of deviation of not only red, every color have lesser deviation than violet. So this angle between these two colors, which is more deviated color and least deviated color, that angle is only called angular dispersion. Are you getting my point? Among these 7 colors, which is deviated more? Violet color. Which is least deviated? Red. So the angle between them only called what here? Angular dispersion. So the dispersion quality, it's to measure, we created this parameter. What is the name of that parameter? Tell me. Angular dispersion.
This thing you completed on Friday.
I completed.
Yeah.
Pandey not attended, no?
Yes, sir. I didn't attend this.
Okay. You listen or else be casual, do any work. Yes.
I already have that.
Hmm. So the angular dispersion is denoted with the what symbol? Delta theta. How will you pronounce this is? Delta theta. How will you define it? Angle of deviation of the violet color minus angle of deviation of the red color. What is the angle of deviation for violet color? Just now we deduced one formula, A into mu v minus 1 minus A into mu r minus 1. When you simplify it, you will be getting A into mu v minus A into mu r plus A plus A cancels out. So what the angular dispersion tell me? A, if you take it outside, how much? Mu v minus mu r. It's a very, very important formula. Kindly remember at your fingertips. Understood? If you see among the 7 colors, yellow is taken as a mean color. Mean color, why I am taking? Violet color, approximately its wavelength is 450 nanometer. Red color is 750 nanometer. What is the average value of these two colors? 600, no? So yellow is having almost all 600 nanometer. That's what among the 7 colors for reference color. Reference color, why we will take? To measure the deviation. Which deviation if you take? This prism is performing this deviation. Which color will you take? Then one color is required, na? That color is selected as a yellow color. I understand. I will write down as a important note. To measure deviation of a prism, to measure deviation of a prism and dispersion of a prism, we use yellow color. We use which color? Yellow color as a which color? Respond as a mean color or reference color. So that is a formula for angular dispersion. And if you see the dispersion power of the prism, dispersion power of prism. All prisms do not have dispersion power same, no? Some will have less power. Some prisms will not disperse even. Some prisms wonderfully 7 colors, they split into well-defined bands. So different prisms will have different dispersive power. So the dispersive power is defined as the ratio of angular dispersion divided by Angle of deviation of the yellow color light is called dispersive power.
Yes.
What is the angular dispersion between the two colors? Tell me. A into mu v minus mu r. What is the angle of deviation of the yellow color?
A into mu y.
Very good. A into mu y minus 1. A cancels out. So what is the dispersive power equal to? Mu v minus mu r divided by how much? Mu y minus 1. This is what here? Dispersive power. This also kindly remember at your fingertips. I mean, which prism is having more dispersion? Tell me. See, this is having more dispersion. Huh? This is having more dispersion. Huh? Which is having more dispersion power? It should have more angular dispersion. So this prism is having more angular dispersion. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So this is having more dispersive power or maximum dispersive power. Now let me introduce one very, very important concept. That is nothing but dispersion without deviation. Dispersion without any deviation. This is also called prism doublet. Prism doublet means what? How many prisms we have to use? 2 prisms we need to use. I mean, I will take the 2 prisms. This is prism number 1. Its angle of prism is A1. Its refractive index is mu1. One more different and inverted prism I will take. Its angle of prism how much? A2, and its refractive index how much? Mu2. Have you noticed? Net deviation should be 0, no? Net deviation meaning what, students? Net deviation means kindly respond. When white light fall, which ray I have to take as a reference? Yellow only, no? Yellow will deviate clockwise here. Once entered into this one, anti-clockwise deviation, correct or wrong?
Yes, sir.
And in the final light, only incident light, how it is going, emerging light also should go same direction. That is called no deviation. No deviation is there, but dispersion is there, na? Violet to red. Means I can write one statement. Angular deviation due to first prism must and should be nullified by angular deviation of the second prism. What angle of deviation due to first prism? Tell me. A1 into mu1 minus 1. What angle of deviation due to second prism? A2 into mu2 minus 1. This is called condition of, what the name of this? Condition of dispersion. Dispersion without any deviation. And what is second condition? Total dispersion, how much? Tell me. Net angular dispersion, how much? Angular dispersion of first prism plus angular dispersion of the second prism. But minus you need to write, no? Why minus I have to do? One is clockwise deviating, other one is anti-clockwise, no? So that's what I can write one statement. Net angular dispersion, how much? Net angular dispersion is how much? Angular dispersion of the first prism, how much? A into mu V1 minus mu R2, sorry, mu R1 minus delta theta 2 value how much? Mu, yes, sorry, this is A1, A2 into mu V2 minus mu R2. This is the formula for what here? Total angular dispersion. The concept of what here? Dispersion without deviation. Okay, kindly remember. Huh? Violet color one, violet red color. What is the formula for angular dispersion? A into mu V minus mu R. No? First prism in 1 1 I have written. Second prism means 2 2 I have written. Let me explain the reverse scenario. What is reverse scenario? Deviation without dispersion. In the name only it is there. Without dispersion means net angular dispersion how much here? Compulsory 0. Means angular dispersion due to first prism must be nullified by what here? Angular dispersion due to second prism. What is angular dispersion of the first prism? A1 into
mu
A1
V1
V1 minus
minus mu R1.
mu R1. But angular dispersion of the second prism A2 into mu V2 minus mu R2. This is called the condition what you call deviation without dispersion. Means net dispersion 0. Means incident light is white light, emerging light also white light, na? Yes or no? But net deviation is there. How will you find net deviation? How will you find net deviation? Modulus of deviation of the first prism minus deviation of the second prism. Why? Very good. If you see this a prism, when white light enters, what will happen? Deviated clockwise. Yes or no? Then again, inverted prism I kept. There is no dispersion. Have you noticed there is no dispersion? So white light is falling and white light only emerging outside. But deviation is there, no? Have you noticed here no dispersion but deviation is there? If there is no two prisms, light would go like this. But sir, there is some net deviation, no? Net deviation formula delta 1 minus delta 2. So how much I can write? But delta 1 value, angle of deviation of this A1 into mu 1 minus 1 minus A2 into mu 2 minus 1. You simplify A1 into mu 1 minus A1 minus A2 into mu 2 plus A2. A2 cancels out. Sorry. It won't cancels out. The net angle of deviation. One small practice problem, try. One prism doublet. Its refractive index is 1.5. Angle of prism is 10 degree. And one more prism. Mu is equal to 2.5. A is equal to 20 degree. Find net angle of deviation. Find net dispersion.
Here 20 degrees, sir.
Hmm. అమ్మా. First answer found.
25 degrees. Deviation.
Net angle of deviation formula how much?
A1 into mu1
A1 mu1.
1 minus 1 minus A2 into mu2 minus 1, but it should not get negative answer. Substitute A1 value 10 degree, 1.5 minus 1,
75.
A2 value 20 degree and 2.5 minus 1. So it's 5 minus 20 into 1.5. So 5 minus 30, 25 degree. This is the total angle of deviation. Net dispersion. Data is insufficient because mu e1 should give okay, leave it. Net dispersion in the real problem. Some your JE problems will see.
You go to exam side. Exam side. Third worksheet. I go to third worksheet.
Third worksheet.
Third worksheet.
Third will be good.
Sir.
This also nice only.
There you can see recent problems, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir. After this, that third,
This, huh?
carefully this year question, sir. Everything.
How I can zoom, right?
Why, sir?
Question is not full, no?
Do how, sir?
Hmm.
How to get the question? Yeah.
Okay, try this. Will you try after 2 minutes?
I will take.
Try. Come on. Now I will see share the options also. Okay, come on, action. Okay. Any clue? See, listen, I will give clue. Theta, this is maximum means this should be maximum means this also should be maximum.
Yes, sir.
This is maximum means this should be minimum. If it is minimum means it should not go like this. It will graze like this.
Sir, but how do you know?
This is 60 means it will become 30, right? I'm telling that. 70 means this will become 20, no? Then this angle is minimum means it grazing starts. Correct or not? I'm telling, I repeat my statement, kindly listen carefully. This is maximum means this also should be maximum, na? Why?
Because
1 into sin theta equal to 4/3 into sin theta prime. Understood this statement? Purincha Purilaya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then see this. This angle more means this angle also should be more, na?
Yes, sir.
This is maximum means this is also maximum. This maximum means this should be minimum, na? Minimum angle incident means total internal reflection will not start. Means grazing will start. You understood the logic, huh?
It's a critical.
Understood or not understood? Say yes or
Can you
no?
once again repeat, sir? Now what you said? That I understood, sir. This if theta is maximum, then that theta prime is also maximum. After
When
that.
ray of light enter from this is denser to rarer,
Yes,
high
sir.
chances of total internal reflection. Na?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This angle of incidence is critical angle, then it grazes. When angle
Yes,
of incidence is more than critical angle only, reflection start. As I
Yes,
told,
sir.
this is minimum, na? Minimum means sure shot that is critical angle only. Kindly say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Will start. Will start. Will not take place. About to start. Suffers is said, not started. Suffers means will start. Correct or not? Okay. Clear, huh?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not clear?
Yes, sir.
Between glass and water air interface.
Huh?
To find the critical angle, sir. Then you can substitute.
Yes. He bent your mind. The beauty of the question, he bent your mind by giving this ray. This ray is, you should not bother. So I am deleting this. Correct or not? So shall I write at this interface, with your permission, shall I write 1 into sin 90 is equal to 4/3 into sin theta double prime, shall I write at this interface? Understood the step? Pandey understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
So 3/4 equal to how much? Sin theta double prime. Successfully we found theta double prime value. Tell me what is the theta double prime value? Sin inverse of
Sin inverse of 3/4.
3/4. Then what is theta double prime value?
No doubt, sir. Why you are writing only to the side?
This is refraction air 1 only, no?
Sir,
1 into your angle of refraction 90, no?
4/3. Why is not 4/3?
4/3 into sin theta double prime. I wrote no already. Yes or no? Then what is theta prime value? Tell me. 90 minus sin inverse of 3/4, no? Correct or not? Then theta prime value substitute nicely here. What will get? Sin theta equal to respond 4/3 into sin 90 minus sin inverse of 3/4. 4/3 into sin 90 minus means what? Cosine sin inverse of 3/4, na?
Root of 1 minus x square.
Sin theta.
The root of 1 minus x square. Cos of sin inverse x. 1 minus 3/4.
What did you say once again?
The formula, sir. Cos of sin inverse of x.
How much?
Under root of 1 minus x square.
Under root of 1 minus x square means 3/4 whole square. I think everyone knows this, no? So if you simplify, what will you get? 4/3 into under root of 1 minus 9/16. So how much? 4/3 into 16 minus 9 means what? 7/16. 4 and 16 cancels out. So root 7/3 equal to sine of theta, na? Theta value how much? Sine inverse of root 7/3. Which is the right answer? Option A is the right answer. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
2 minutes can you type for copying.
Hmm. How are this cosine of sine inverse of x? Any proof is there?
The thing is that
Another method I will do. 1 by sine of 3 by 4 I can write. No? Another method I will do. Sine theta means this is 3, 4. I will assume this x 16, 9 plus x now. X equal to how much? Understood the step how I wrote? Root 7 only, na?
cos of cos inverse of root 1 by 3, sir.
Hmm.
Same. Yes, sir, correct.
Correct only, but I don't know how any proof is there. Huh?
It's there, sir, but
Okay. Anyway, later I will find. You copy. We'll see one more problem.
sir, we'll go to next problem after second.
Copied, huh?
Sir, after second.
Try this problem.
What they're asking to find, they're asking the minimum angle of deviation.
Hmm.
What they're asking to find in terms of refractive index.
He's asking A only.
Yeah, only, sir.
Prism of refractive index mu, prism angle A placed in the position of minimum angle of deviation. Then if minimum angle of deviation also A. What is the minimum angle of deviation formula? 2i minus A, no? For thick prism. Delta also given A, no? Substitute here. So A equal to how much? 2A. So 2A equal to 2I, no? Means A is equal to how much? I. If minimum angle of deviation also A, then in terms of refractive index, how much?
You can substitute that formula n is equal to sin A plus
Hmm.
del m by 2 by sin
Mu is equal to sine
A plus del m by 2
A plus delta minimum by 2 by
sin A by 2.
sine A by 2.
Delta m we can substitute as A sir.
Sine,
A by
this is A plus A, no?
it's 2A by 2. A.
A and sine A by 2. Mu equal to sine A, what I can write? 2 sine A by 2 into cosine A by 2, no?
Yes sir.
By sine A by 2, no?
Yes sir.
This one cancels out. 2 will go this side. So mu by 2 is equal to cosine A by 2, no?
Yes sir.
Cosine, if you send this side, cosine inverse of mu by 2, no? And A by 2. 2 will go this side. So A is the correct answer. Purincha?
Yes, sir.
Try for 2 minutes.
Why they gave wavelengths? You didn't see any formula related to it.
Okay. You see, wavelength is how much? 630 nanometer is incident at an angle. So diamond in air interface, for
Sir, I
example.
think so. Refraction will not happen.
I will check it
Watch and
out.
see.
We'll check it out. Diamond and air interface. It is going from diamond to air. This is a normal line. This is an incident ray. What is the angle of incidence? 30 degree. But the refractive index of the diamond is 2.42. But refractive index of the air is 1. Then choose the correct option. Angle of refraction, how much? Whenever it is going from diamond to air, what will happen? What is the critical angle for diamond? Sine inverse of mu2 by mu1, no? Mu2 value how much? 1 by 2.4 means sine inverse of 10 by 24. 2 5s are 2, 12s are 12 ones are 12 zeros are 12 fours are, no? Means 0.4. You know, 0, 30 degree, 45 degree. Sine 0 means 0. Sine 30 means what? 0.5 and 1 by root 2 means critical angle will be less than 30 degree and more than 0 somewhere, no? Correct or not? Critical angle is in between less than 30 degree and more than 0 degree. Means this angle of incidence is more than critical angle, no? So ray of light undergoes total internal reflection. You understood the concept, huh?
Yes, sir, understood.
So
Yes, sir.
this is wrong, na? Angle of refraction is 24.141 degree. Wrong only, na?
Second one also there.
C 100% wrong. And sorry, angle of refraction is not possible. Correct, na? This is our correct answer.
Yes.
B is wrong. D is wrong.
Why this?
Refraction is not possible, na? The reflection only, na? Then what is the no point of discussing angle of refraction? Angle of refraction. C is the correct answer.
Yes, sir.
You understood the concept, huh?
Yes, sir, understood.
You should know how we should use our intelligence. That's all. Very less questions are there.
Yeah. Next week it was all.
No, less only there. I searched, nothing is.
Sir, you click exam series, sir, first.
I clicked,
Lock down, sir.
nothing
Next,
is there.
sir. Next
Where
week.
next?
Stop. Next,
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
next, it will be giving on going, sir. Till 2000 it is going, sir. 1995% plus, sir.
Oh, wonderful.
This only, sir, will practice.
Where in your house, huh?
Sir.
Very good.
You got copy D also.
I will copy. Come on, action. Okay. Any answer? Okay, it is my turn. A ray of light passes from denser to rarer medium. Angle of incidence I. The reflected and refracted rays making an angle what? 90 degree. The angle of reflection and refraction respectively R and R prime. Critical angle how much? What is the critical angle formula?
I know.
C is equal to how much? Sin inverse of mu2 by mu1. No? Yes or no? Mu2 value how much? Where object? Mu2 value 1 by mu. Correct or not? Mu value you should find. How to find? Tell me. Shall I write mu into sin I is equal to 1 into sin R prime? Shall I write? Snell's law. Mu into sin I is equal to 1 into sin R prime. No issue, no? Snell's law. This is R prime means this is how much? 90 minus R prime.
Sir, can you take the straight normal as a straight line and have that sum of angles in a straight line is 180 degree. R
You
plus
can
R
take.
dash plus 180 is equal to
You
90.
can take. You can take. Wonderful. You can take very good. R plus R prime, what he was saying, plus 90 equal to 180 degree. So R plus R prime value how much? 90 degree. So R prime equal to how much? 90 minus R. So substitute here. So what I can write? Mu into sin I. I is equal to again R, no? Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Na? So I put I value R here and sin R prime value how much? 90 minus R, no? So mu into sin R is equal to cosine of R. Sin R by cosine R how much? Tan R equal to how much? 1 by mu. Okay. So mu value final I found 1 by tan R. Na? Substitute here sin inverse of 1 by mu value how much? Tan R only. Na? So what is the right answer? Option A is correct. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, students. Okay, now have a break.